A bunch of photos just came out about the San Francisco Ikea. So Ikea, when they first are coming to San Francisco, everyone got pretty excited because you have so many businesses leaving, right? So when you have like this big Ikea store coming in, everyone just goes crazy over it for some reason. Now, here's the thing about San Francisco that's very unique. They never really saw the core issue, the problem, because the reason why so many stores are leaving is because there's insane amounts of crime, there's barely any cops, there's drug use basically everywhere, and there's tents everywhere. In fact, it's so bad that there's a recent APEC events, and China is going crazy over it, right? China is pretty much saying that San Francisco, America's tech capital, is going down the drain, and it's pretty embarrassing to have China say that. You know what I mean? And if you look at some of the Chinese cities, they're pretty well managed. Like, they're actually pretty clean. The streets don't have tents and don't have needles and drugs everywhere. So honestly, I feel like San Francisco really needs to step up its game. So right now, San Francisco's IKEA store is completely deserted as construction and crime is deterring shoppers. If you check out some of these pictures here that recently got posted by Twitter users or X, look at this. This is the IKEA. And this isn't like a crappy IKEA. This is a high-end IKEA in downtown right next to Market Street. There's nobody here. Sure, there's like a customer over here. Maybe there's like an employee there, but like, look at this. There's like more employees than shoppers. Stores like these, when they first open up, are usually jam-packed. Usually everyone comes here, and this isn't just a furniture IKEA. They sell small everyday items that are very functional, and they even have a upcoming food court that will be being in this IKEA. So it's a different IKEA. I say of all the IKEAs I've seen, this one's pretty high end. But if you check out this, photos are showing that the IKEA in downtown San Francisco is completely deserted. Customers say there's a persistent construction, lack of parking, and of course, constant crime on the surrounding streets that keep them from shopping at the location. I mean, look at this, right? I don't really think it's the construction. Okay, I really don't think it's construction. I don't think it's the parking because San Francisco is a very walkable city. I think it's the crime because you know where this is located? It's located right here. Okay, and it's just about 2 blocks away from the Westfield Mall, which is right here, which recently shut down because of consistent crime, consistent theft. And IKEA thought it would have been a smart decision to open their flagship store right next to the mall that got shut down and foreclosed because of high amounts of robberies and shoplifting. Not really that smart of idea, and plus, this is actually not that great part of town anymore, right? This is literally just a stone's throw away from the Tenderloin, and also this is right next to the Civic Center, which is right now a massive hotbed of drug use and also shoplifting and theft and crime, all that kind of stuff. Now, I like San Francisco. I really hope these IKEA stores, these stores all succeed, but right now it's not, right? If you look at this condo building right here, they used to start selling one bedrooms for like $600,000, $700,000, $800,000. I'm sure now they're barely selling anything. Look at these storefronts. It's just completely, all these storefronts are all empty. This IKEA is probably not going to be doing so well. And overall, I think having IKEA moving to San Francisco is a great boost, but we don't have any shoppers there, and I'm sure they're already experiencing some shoplifting right now. I think this IKEA might actually go under the bed as well. And when you see these pictures of new flagship stores that are well known having no shoppers because of crime, it's not a great thing. And it's not just IKEA facing issues, it's Microsoft. They don't even sell physical goods, man. Microsoft is abandoning San Francisco because of crime and destruction. This is some scary stuff. And we even have guys like IBM's Red Hat and Facebook. They're all moving a lot of their tech events to places like Las Vegas, which traditionally has never been for tech or companies. It's traditionally for hospitality, hotels, and gambling. But Sin City is actually experiencing a massive tech increase. You got big tech companies in San Francisco like Skills, who just simply pack up and leave without a word, and they moved to San Francisco, rented out like a 6-digit square footage office, and they're loving it, right? Las Vegas is clean, it's nice, you got great suburban houses, and you also have the Strip, all sorts of restaurants and hotels, and there's even like 2 different downtowns in Las Vegas. Surprisingly, there's like the old downtown, which is pretty nice as well, and it seems like Las Vegas is becoming like the new tech capital of West America. And Microsoft is like, I'm kind of sick and tired of San Francisco, and they're leaving as well. And this is one of the latest companies just ditching San Francisco for greener pastures. And we're also going to be seeing guys like LinkedIn, who recently closed down a good chunk of the office. Charles Schwab is moving out. Wells Fargo is moving out. And you know how I'm just talking about these massive companies? We haven't even gotten into the hundreds of small business owners that left. And many small business owners, they don't have enough clout to get on like a massive news source, right? Usually many of these smaller businesses, they just pack up quietly and they just leave. They don't complain, they don't say anything. And right now, San Francisco, they're going to be facing some pretty massive budget cuts. And if you guys thought San Francisco was pretty bad, well, wait till you get the budget cuts. Because they'll be cutting about $27 million in public health and also maybe another like $27 million in law enforcement. And so that's like $50-60 million right there. And the reason why they're doing this is to prevent the city from reaching a $500 million deficit by 2025. I think what San Francisco needs to do right now is just go all out and do a massive gamble and just pretty much do a massive cleaning up of San Francisco using millions and millions of dollars. If they really do clean up, and San Francisco could say that we're one of the cities with the cleanest streets, one of the cities with the less amount of drug use, and one of the cities with the most amount of startups, I guarantee you so many of these big companies will start moving in. Right now, we already got some of the biggest office collapses we've ever seen. WeWork is also collapsing, which is going to leave behind about $250 million of loans in a skyscraper and also nearly 1 million square footage of empty space. Many of these landlords in San Francisco see their buildings plummeting down in price before their eyes. Many of these buildings no longer have tenants, and the vacancy rates are heading towards 40% in the next few months. And we could even be seeing 50-60% because many of these buildings, yeah, they're leased out, but like most of the employees aren't even going back to these offices. Several startups who plan to go to San Francisco now don't want to go. And like the only major company that went to San Francisco this year was OpenAI for some reason. They rented like nearly 500,000 square footage of space. But besides OpenAI, nobody's coming to San Francisco, and many people are just simply leaving the city. It's only going to get worse, right? Look at all of these massive budget cuts. I don't think you should be cutting money from the police department when you're already short-staffed 600, 700 officers. And the city is basically like Night City. It's only going to get worse, right? And this is why so many residents are going down. And this is why real estate prices are absolutely just collapsing in San Francisco. You have some units that traditionally sell for $1 million a pop now sell for 30, 40, even 50% off. Commercial real estate is basically in the dumps right now, with many of these buildings renting for only 30 to 40% of its original value compared to 2019 before the pandemic. So yeah, Ikea obviously is not really doing so well. So many of these big brand stores are closing down. And I think like a Chanel store is moving in because Will & Sonoma moved out. And I don't really think Chanel store is going to be having a fun time in San Francisco. Now, I hope for the best for San Francisco. I really do. It is a fantastic city that you can't get anywhere else. But unless they change or do some insanely drastic changes, I think it's just going to be a spiral from here on out. Because many companies aren't complaining. They're not going to say anything. They're just leaving. Thanks for watching, guys. Comment below, and see you later.